Welcome back, guys. Today we're going to go through converting an architectural footprint to a block to insert into our drawing. So architects will send us a DWG file of their building footprint, and it's going to be on a lot of different layers that don't function with our sheet set. So for one thing, we need to convert those layers over into the appropriate layer for us. And then they're going to have a lot of information shown that's relevant to an architect but not relevant to our site plan. So a lot of things that we're going to turn off and eliminate, and maybe even scale back by showing in a light gray color. So we'll go through that process so that you learn how to take an architectural footprint, convert it into a block, and insert it into our site plan. Let's learn. Welcome back, guys. In this episode we're going to show you how to convert an architectural footprint and put it on our layers, and to get rid of things that we don't want in their footprint block, and we'll create a block to put into our drawing. So first, if I measure this drawing, you can see that it's about 133 feet, and if I type units, you'll see that this is in architectural units. We don't use that in civil engineering. We use decimal and surveyor units. So when I change this to decimal, if I measure it now, it's 1,600 units, and that's because architecture uses units for inches. We use units for feet. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this drawing. I'm going to leave the other one like that, and then I'm going to scale this by 1/12. Almost all architectural drawings you need to shrink down by a unit of 12. And then let's isolate dimensions and these column line locations and labels. And I really want to delete all of that, but I see that these are in there. I don't want to delete that, so I'm just going to be careful not to lose that part. Now our drawing's already looking a little bit better. These are overhangs that are up in the air and extend out over the face of the building. So I'm going to isolate those, put them, I want it to be thin because that's not as important. Thin, and our line type isn't showing, so I'm going to run civlay and F for full to load our layers and our line types. And then I'm going to grab these again. I wanted to put them on stripe X8. I think that's a nice layer for overhangs. Wonder what would happen if we ran PJJ and tried to put them, kind of stitch them together a little bit. Yeah, some of that stitched together. Okay, now let's get this text. For now I'm going to leave things on a different layer just so I can turn things on and off a little bit easier. And I'll grab this text. We generally want our text to be green as well, so I'll just put that on the green. And because this is going to be a block, I'm going to put everything on the 0 layer so that it functions as one unit, and then inside the block we'll just have things on the colors that we want to show up in the way that we want. Now I'm going to try to turn off some of the things that we've already dealt with. And the majority of this, it appears, we can put on color by block. Actually, I'm going to undo that. And then the inside stuff, we like to put, I'd like to show it still. So I'm going to put that on the color of magenta, so it doesn't stand out as much as the exterior items. So we'll put that on color magenta, and I wonder if we could grab these as well without getting a lot of the exterior. Yeah, looks like we could grab most of that. I'm going to put that on magenta as well. I don't think we need these. And these are MText. Maybe it has some override to have a different color. wonder if we control all, let's see if we can adjust that color anyway. I actually don't know why that's showing as a different color when we had it on green. Oh, there it goes. That says that it's green. Maybe we just need to regen all. No. Oh, because it's by layer. When we change that, we'll put that on green. Okay. I want all of this to be magenta as well. And select all text, color green. I might have to do that individually here. We should just do this. And it looks like we have basically everything that we want. So I'm going to put everything on the 0 layer now. And that looks really good. Now when we pick an insertion point for our block, we should pick something on the front of the building that we can use to offset for our sidewalk. And this is some sort of veneer over top of the wall section. So we would really start our sidewalk from here. So I'm going to pick this point for our insertion point of the footprint. So I'm going to select everything. B for block. Suncoast footprint, and we received this on 7/11/24. That way if we get another footprint later on, we know how old this one is. It's right there in the block name. So now we have a block. The block name is Suncoast footprint 7/11/24. We have an insertion point where we can build off of it for our sidewalk. That's the dimension that we care more about. The backside is usually just grass, so we don't care about that as much. And we can see our openings where we can build our driveways from there. So now we can save this and just copy it directly